Action, mummies, treasure, tombs, everything one could ask for and more. Welcome back to the Studio Ardia channel. Today we're taking a look at the progress I've made on my project currently titled Tomb Survivor. For those who don't know, this game is a solo play action roguelike with a theme inspired by Indiana Jones and video games like Vampire Survivor. In the game, players will fight through multiple levels of mummies and other challenges, getting upgrades as they gain XP. Along the way, they will try to collect treasures and complete objectives to help level up their character with permanent upgrades. So let's talk about what's changed. The biggest change that's happened since my last video on this game is that the action system has been totally reworked. The original design had individual cards which activated automatically depending on what turn it was. It fit the auto shooter concept well, but it made using your weapons more of a chore than a choice, and I couldn't quite figure out how to deal with upgrades in a flexible and meaningful way. So now I've reworked the action cards to be completely different. I've added different characters, and each character has a unique set of starting action cards. Players can take up to 3 actions per turn, with additional actions able to be earned with certain upgrades. When players level up, they draw 4 cards from the upgrade deck and pick one. Upgrades can add new potential actions, improve their weapons, and add conditional abilities, such as this card, which gives players an extra action if they have 5 or more action cards in play. The order of your cards also matters. Players may pick which card they want to use first, but then must proceed in order from left to right from that card for their remaining actions. I've tried to design each character so that each one encourages a different playstyle and different upgrades to optimize. The scout focuses on digging and mobility, being able to use dirt for ammo in his slingshot, while the rifleman focuses on awareness and precision. The archaeologist allows for flexibility and engaging multiple enemies with his revolver from the very start. Apart from working on the new action cards and the upgrade deck, I've been bolstering the content in the game. I've been designing and testing new level layouts and working on the permanent upgrades for each character, which include new starting cards, more health, and the ability to start with gold in your inventory. Gold can be used to re-roll, upgrade draws, get new health, and also to buy additional upgrades. I've also tweaked enemy movement, enemy spawning behavior, and begun testing ranged attacks for higher level enemies to be able to ramp up the difficulty for later levels. Enemy movement has been simplified to reduce the amount of time and effort the player must spend on the enemy turns. Rather than figuring out the individual paths for each enemy on their turn, all enemies move together in one direction toward the player, depending on their orientation to the player. So imagine the board is split in 2 on the line where the player is standing. All enemies to the left of that line move to the right 1 space, and all enemies to the right of that line move to the left 1 space. On a later turn, the same will be applied in a vertical direction. Occasionally, higher enemies will move on a diagonal. This simplified system has made turns much faster and frees up the player's time and mental capacity to focus on their own turns and strategies. As the game reaches a more finalized state, I've started to think about art for the game. I'd like to try to make the art myself, and I've been practicing by drawing various objects and symbols that might be found in the game, such as this skull, clay pot, and a revolver. I don't want to invest too much into it until the gameplay is complete, so I'm just trying to learn the basics and level up my skills. And that's really all for the devlog. I'll probably be posting a playtest video on this game in the not too distant future, and I hope to keep momentum for this game moving. So subscribe to see more of this, as well as the fun prototypes that I post on a regular basis.